Ladies and gentlemen, this is a YouTube show in which you are brought Slot Machine Sunday, Money Cards Monday, Tic Tac Tuesday, Whammy Mania Wednesday, Thundercracker Thursday, and Flinging Dice Friday and Saturday Superstarcade. Also, wrestling news from Raw, NXT 2.0, AEW Dynamite, NXT UK, Impact Wrestling, SmackDown and 205 Live, and AEW Rampage, and special episodes from Road and Up, Cyber Swaggin', and the philosophies of Lee McLeese. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube show of fun, of knowledge, strategy, luck and daring, and mental shenanigans. This is WEML-TV Channel 77. And now here's the host of the show, live from New Bedford, Massachusetts. It is none other than Eric M. Lima. Thank you, Mr. Announcer, for that wonderful intro. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to my show. I am your friendly neighborhood bumbling Bofo Raver, and the five-time Bumbling Bozos Bozy Awards nominee of 2021. And you are watching my show, my vlog, and my channel, which could be a Bumbling Bozy Award nominee in the future. And it's WEML-TV, Channel 77. And this is episode number 1013. Still March the 2nd, 2022, 7:23 p.m. How's it going, everybody? How's it going? And I hope your day is hope your day's been wonderful. Now, I failed to do this video yesterday because with everything going on, everything's running through my mind. I figured this dope here forgot about doing this video, and I was thinking about doing a video about this yesterday. Forget that sound. I was finishing up. I'm finishing touches on a YouTube on a thumbnail I've been working on, because yesterday was March 1st, 2022. Come to find out, and that yesterday marked 30 years when the Silver City Galleria in Taunton, Massachusetts opened its doors for the very first time. I considered that mall the mall of the 90s. Some say that mall would have put our local mall, the Dartmouth Mall, out of business. Well, let's fast forward 30 years later. The Dartmouth Mall is still standing, and unfortunately the Galleria did not. In fact, it closed its doors a couple of years ago when the pandemic basically hastened the closing. So, but since it is 30 years since the Silver City Galleria in the mall opened up, I figured it'd be great to take a trip back to memory lane. I figured I want to celebrate 30 years of the Galleria that would have stayed open if it hadn't closed 2 years ago. But 30 years since the Galleria opened up, that's crazy. Who would have thought, right? Who would have all of our local malls here in the South Coast, the Dartmouth Mall would be the only mall left standing. Many people are saying nowadays that this mall could close its doors. Don't know for sure. But one thing I know for sure is, around this month 2 years ago is when the pandemic started. In the back of my mind, I thought the mall would close for good at that point. But by the grace of God, it didn't. But the Galleria did. So, I figured I have written down, all right, my personal top 10 favorite Silver City Galleria stores of all time, from past and present. Now, you may look at some of them, and you may think, Eric, and I will explain about some of them, okay? Because some of them have gone on to the Dartmouth Mall. but some have not. You know what I mean? Most of these were, the majority of some of these stores were Galleria originals. That means they've opened up in '92, or they opened up the Galleria and nowhere else, as far as, you know, the Dartmouth Mall, anything anywhere locally, as far as I'm concerned. But, however, I got my WEML-TV Channel 77 board that I use to keep score against old Butthead, Sackboy, and Bully Bolt Slapnut, the Slapnut brothers of the bonus rounds. And here, there's my top 10. Now, you notice, I'm going to start off with an honorable mention. HM, Ruby Tuesday. That was when I first saw Ruby Tuesday at the Galleria back in 1992, when me and my family visited there for the very first time. A friend of ours worked there. His name is Jason Esposito. And Jason, if you're watching, just shout out to you and hope you get better, my friend. Kind of miss you around in church, buddy. So, yeah, so Ruby Tuesday. And the mall ended up getting the Dartmouth Mall ended up getting a Ruby Tuesday 2 years later, after Ruby Tuesday first opened up at the Galleria Mall. So, and it is a restaurant technically, so it doesn't count as a store per se. It's a restaurant, you sit down and eat, but it was a Silver City Galleria original, especially with the ground round, which also opened up in Dartmouth years ago, as well. So who would have thought, right? So let's go down to 15-1 to make sure. All right, wall-to-wall sound and video, more like an FYE type store. Changed its name to The Wall. And then number 14 was Vince's Baseball Cards and Comics. It turned into Vince's Stadium Legends later on. So Champ Sports, a Galleria original, has been there since the very beginning and ended up closing many years later. Another sports place at Village Uniforms, another Galleria original. Sam Goody, another Galleria original, and I visited there a couple of times. Okay, now we're going to it's number 11. Now we're going to the top 10. The Disney Store, a Galleria original, hasn't opened up anywhere else. I think the only exception is Emerald Square Mall. Well, I'm talking about locally in the South Coast. All right, so there's that. Number 9, Hoyt Cinema10, another Galleria original before it transformed to the Regal Cinema. Watched a lot of movies there. I remember watching Mrs. Doubtfire with the youth group, which was pretty funny. Loved that. The church youth group. I loved that movie. I went to go see the Santa Claus with my father, and that's when I first saw the Doc Stalkers arcade. That's right. The same Doc Stalkers that I reserved a copy in the Capcom Fighting Collection for the Nintendo Switch coming out June 24th. Yeah, I got to plug that because I'm just hyped about it. I first saw it. I tried Anna Karis. I tried Felicia. I tried all these unique characters. Stunk at the time, but you know what? You saw what happened this past Saturday when I played Night Warriors. I mastered it. That's how cool I am. So that's when I first saw Doc Stalkers, which is really, really cool. Number 8, Suncoast Motion Pictures. I've bought a few Jackie Chan movies here and there from there. Stephen Barry's. Stephen Barry's was there before Round 1 took over, which obviously, I bought a couple of Transformers shirts from there as well. Number 6 and 5, kind of, they were separate. Remember, all right, Babbage's is number 6, Electronics Boutique is number 5. Now, before they merged and decided to merge into GameStop, they were two separate video game stores. So GameStop bought them both out, and boom, there you go. So they were Galleria originals, but they were two separate video game stores before GameStop snagged them up and merged with them. Number 4, this is now in Dartmouth. It's still open in Dartmouth, but it was at the Galleria at first. Dick's Sporting Goods. Bought many a Red Sox championship hat from there and everything else, which is really, really cool. Number 3, even though it was in Dartmouth first, Best Buy. The reason why I chose this specific yabba yabba. Woo! Rewind, back the truck up. Let's go pull forward. Best Buy. The reason why I chose this version from the Taunton, the Galleria version, because it introduced me to the internet and made me want to have a computer. If it had not been for Best Buy in Taunton, I wouldn't be talking to all y'all today. I would be still stuck in the 90s and 80s and 90s and stuff. realizing the internet can open me right back up to the 80s and 90s. And trust me on this one. And you crazy dog, stop barking. Jeepers, man. What's going on? Crazy people. All right, so that is number 3. Number 2, round 1. Bowling alley, arcade games. I played a couple of arcade games there. I played Marvel vs. Capcom 2 there. That was really cool. And the number 1, my top 10 Silver City Galleria store of all time, Cyberstation, a Galleria original. When I first saw Super Street Fighter 2, World Heroes 2, Fatal Fury 2, the sequels to the fighting games I played, and I'll tell you one thing, they were cool fighting games. And it was a pack. I remember it was packed one time. Me and the youth group went busting in there. Church youth group went busting in there trying to play games. That's when I saw all the games. And I'll tell you one thing, if it hadn't been for the Cyberstation, I would not be playing the games that I'm playing today. They were all here. It's a lot of fun. So these, like I said, Ruby Tuesday, mentioned, do I have any memories from the Galleria Mall? I do. Couple of memories. One, months after, now, in the year 2000, Brian Dahlbeck, former Red Sox star, visited, then Red Sox star, Brian Dahlbeck visited the Galleria. I had a picture with him. And I didn't say I'm smiling. I wasn't smiling. I was trying to look cool. I was like, this is the guy right here. And Brian Dahlbeck had a big smile on his face and like trying to be serious and trying to be respectful. More like I respect this guy. You know, he's a cool dude, you know, that type of deal. I still had that picture. And Adam Vinatieri, Patriots great kicker, visited the Galleria Mall to sign a lot of autographs. There was a line, okay? Let me put this down for a minute. There was a line from the center court of the Galleria all the way near Ruby Tuesday and the ground round. I'm not kidding you. It was 2002. All right, so those are the best memories I had. I remember my parents. I remember, was it back in 92 or 93? I think 92 we visited the Galleria again when it was me, my family, and a couple of ladies, a couple of girls that go to our church at the time, part of our youth group. They were camping with me and my family, and we went there when it was raining, and so we walked around. One song, though, reminded me of the Galleria Mall. We had a line of 90 songs, but one song stuck out in my mind when it comes to the Galleria was none other than Just for Tonight by Vanessa Williams. I'm not kidding you. It was crazy. I gotta admit that. It was great memories. The Galleria Mall, I do miss it. And I am, like I said, most people think that that it would be totally absurd if, now a lot of people would say, hey, if the Galleria, a lot of people would say, hey, the Galleria could outdo the Dartmouth Mall. The key is the Dartmouth Mall, it's all about location because it's surrounded by a lot of other stores. So there's a lot of convenience there. And that's the main reason why the Dartmouth Mall still remain open to this day, despite the fact that the Dartmouth Mall has gone through a lot of changes in management and stores. It's still the mall to be today. Unfortunately, the Galleria is gone. Now, who would have thought, right? Who would have thought we'd come here about over 2 decades later? I mean, back in the 80s and 90s, we had this mall. And then in the 90s, we get the Galleria. We had the Harbor Mall in Fall River. We had the Emerald Square Mall open up, 1988? So we're talking 34 years. That means next year it'll be 35. So, and we had the Swansea Mall at the time. Swansea. And who would have thought, right? Go to halfway into 2010s, or near the end, towards the end of 2010s. Halfway into in the second half of the 2010s, you had the Harbor Mall, gone in 2016. The Swansea Mall, gone in 2019. The Silver City Galleria, gone in 2020. Officially gone as the demolition happened last year. And who would have thought the only mall left standing in the South Coast of Massachusetts would be the mall that I work at now, the Dartmouth Mall. Crazy, isn't it? I'll tell you what. Now, a lot of people had a belief of what scared a lot of people away, and it was the incident, the stabbing incident that happened there at a Bertucci's restaurant that kind of scared a lot of folks away because of that. And that could be very true. So I'm looking at this, these stores that I just listed, and I tell you, I miss all these stores, man. I know Dick's Sporting Goods, I can visit that in Dartmouth. Best Buy, I can visit that in Dartmouth. In fact, BestBuy.com has been the best thing ever. And I could not believe that. It's the same thing like Amazon, eBay. Go get a gift card, punch it in, find an item, put in the number, put in the amount that you want for the gift card. Go to the freaking site and buy whatever you want on there. I've already pre-ordered for a couple of games on the Switch. Like I said, the Capcom Fighting Collection coming out this June in 3 months, and in 1 month it would be the Nintendo Switch Sports. It has bowling. I love bowling. Video game bowling. Bowling is cool. So, that's what we have here. My top 15 personal Silver City Galleria stores of all time. All time. All time. Woo! All time. All time. Praise the Lord. So that's it. That's all the time we have on this great show. And I hope, and if you guys have any of my local friends out there have memories of the Galleria, please feel free to put them in the comments. And I decided not to delete my two YouTube channels. I figured I'd keep them up. I'm hoping YouTube gives us an opportunity to archive our channels. That way we keep our, that way it can help us open a new channel, like archive it instead of like, it doesn't have to be shown, but you can like put a link on the archive YouTube channel and keep that. That way you can look back at it and stuff. And I figured, I don't know if we get the ability to unlist our YouTube channels. That way we can have our private time, or make our YouTube videos private or something like that. I know we can make them private, but like our entire channel private. That way I make it public. So that way, it's very difficult. It's like I don't want to delete these channels and make a new one. I lose all my subscribers, but as a result, and everything else. And like I said, if I do delete them, if I do that, I am going to I have all the videos in my files and in my storage files, and all you gotta do is request them. I can re-upload them, and but I don't know what you guys think. Also please comment on that, because it is a difficult decision, because I want to do this. I don't want to do this because a lot of good things are happening, and a lot of exciting things are happening. I get too excited, and in fact, there's going to be a new thing happening for me. I got to, maybe on, or just, who knows? Who knows? Open up a third channel and give it a new name or something. I don't know. Or change, or I can change the whole thing. Change the title of my, who knows? I may end up doing that. Just changing. I can change it. So that's probably a good thing for me. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to change the name of the time. I'm probably going to call it Eric Lima Presents WEML-TV Channel 77 instead. So, and I'll probably make a new logo and everything else. I'm just excited. All these changes happening. This major change, though, excites me, and I can't wait. I just cannot wait. I cannot, just bursting at the seams, man. So I'll just say the spring and summer is going to be a whole lot easier for me. Trust me on this one. As far as doing this is concerned, Other things in life, I don't know. Because a lot of things are happening, a lot of unpredictability. Who knows? But I think if I don't worry about it and trust God, I'll be cool. All right? So, and I hope you guys just tune in and hang in there and just be patient with me. Bear with me. This is my video. This is my YouTube. I call it Shots on it. So, it's going to be a lot of fun. Alrighty then, so that's all the time we have on the show. Episode 1013 will be complete, and it's 19 minutes till AEW Dynamite, the final Dynamite before AEW Revolution this Sunday, on my birthday, no less. I'll be turning the big 4-5. That means 4 days away, and also 4 days away from vacation, because after Saturday, what time I get out, 10 or 10:30, I'll be on vacation. Hopefully, my boss Jim gives me that week. And when I'm on vacation, I'm going to go all out with shenanigans, man. Gonna go all out with shenanigans, late night shenanigans, maybe? I don't know, but I don't know either. I'm like, anyways, before I go off and start talking gibberish and start talking nonsense for whatever stupid reason, I wish you all the peace in the world. I give you all the love in the world. And I will give you the blessings from the Lord Jesus Christ from heaven above. He gives the blessings to me. And I said, Lord, I want to give the blessings to the people out there because they need it. And he says, go right ahead, son. Give them the blessings. And that's what I'm doing right now. So, he says, there's people out there that need to be blessed by you. And not just by material things or physical things, but spiritual things like your heart and your soul and your feelings and just your smile and just having a lot of fun. There's people out there are not accepting of it. Meh. All I gotta do is say, you don't want it, I'll block you from it. I don't care. And it's really sad for blocking people because I'm blocking them from a blessing. But at the same time, I don't hate the people that I block. It's just, listen, you can't be respectful towards me, and expect to be nice to everybody else, man. You can't do that, So, gotta do what I gotta do. Can't let them get to me, all right? So I'll see you in the next episode where I talk about AEW Dynamite. See ya. Have a wonderful night, guys.